Nearly 1 million Americans are living with Parkinson's disease, a condition that can make everyday life feel overwhelming. But with the right support and simple changes at home, independence is still possible. Here to share advice and encouragement during Parkinson's Awareness Month is Right at Home Peoria owner Brian Braggs. Welcome back.
It's good to be back. How are you?
Good to have you here.
Glad to
I'm
be here.
good. I was joking with my producer. I said, Brian's returning. We got to get him a parking spot at this point. But we are here to talk about something very seriously. So if you can give us a brief overview of what exactly Parkinson's is and the symptoms that comes with it.
Absolutely. You know, nearly a million, as you stated, are suffering with this disease in the U.S. and then worldwide. There's about 10 million people. And the challenging with Parkinson's is a movement disorder. So the things that we don't think about, involuntary muscles and voluntary muscles like blinking our eyes, tremors, someone's shaking, or having some issues that are dealing with slow in movement and rigidity, a gait and posture imbalance, fall risk. Most people who are coming across Parkinson's disease are not only fall risk, but they'll start to develop constipation even years before that happens, as well as a sense of smell. They'll start losing their smell.
Wow. So based off the services you all provide, what kind of help can you offer someone with Parkinson's?
Yeah, absolutely. So the activities of daily living typically is assisting them with getting up in the morning because they can't get dressed, helping them put on their clothes, helping them with hygiene care, those types of things, because when you're thinking about someone with Parkinson's and having a movement disorder and they're dealing with slowness and they're dealing with the inability to navigate their extremities and rotate and transfer, they do require an in-home CNA assistance to help them to get about their day.
And how do you train your staff to work with someone specifically with Parkinson's?
So Parkinson's is by being a neurological degenerative disease, all of our folks are trained to work with those types of diseases, not only Parkinson's, but also Alzheimer's. And so they actually are taking classes throughout the year. And they're required to have a certain number of hours by the Illinois Department of Public Health. And so we're constantly learning more advances and also staying up to date on professional development throughout the year for all of our employees.
Nice. Now, let's say someone wants to maintain their independence. How does the kind of support that they receive differ from someone that may need a little extra assistance from your staff?
So individuals who want to maintain their independence is really good because really at the end of the day, we're trying to foster that. That's what we're encouraging them to do. Their regular exercises, which also benefits their Parkinson's disease diagnosis from their doctor and their neurologist. Also changing their nutrition habits. So when they're, before they were diagnosed with Parkinson's, they had a different diet. So now encouraging them to eat a better diet that actually is more fiber and rich in fiber, as well as less sugar, and also helping them to go shopping and taking them and getting the right nutritional things that they need in order to eat properly.
Nice. Now, what advice would you give someone who doesn't have the training that your staff does, but is an at-home caregiver, like they're caring for a family member? What advice would you give them?
Well, number one, because it's a movement disorder, they're a fall risk. So if the family can get together and band together and decide who's going to be with grandma or grandpa, because generally they're in their 60s or above that age. And secondly, stay in contact with their primary care provider, as well as making sure they have the proper assessments and get a referral to a neuroscientist or a neurosurgeon so they can have those various tests to maintain and monitor those debilitating diseases.
And speaking of referrals, if someone is interested in getting serviced by Right at Home, how can they reach out to you or find more information? You
know, Right at Home is a national organization, 46 states, 6 million. We're right here in town, right here in Peoria, and we service Central Illinois, 309-364-6500. 309-364-6500, or you can look us up on Google, Right at Home, or I need help for my mom or dad that's having Parkinson's disease symptoms.
Brian Braggs, it is always a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming in and keeping us informed.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
All right.
If you or someone you know would like to join us here on In the Know, just head to 25newsnow.com, follow the features tab to In the Know, and submit the form.